We've got earrings and bracelet that go back. So we're gonna do the earrings and bracelet and then the necklace itself. So I'll keep wearing the necklace. And the multi-gemstone, by the way, is the dark blue lapis, the amber of Russian amber, and then the red carnelian. And also the drop earrings. And this is all the amber, kind of amber and turquoise and lapis all together. So pretty.
You think about this, okay, talk about a trip around the world, is we had to go to 4 different countries. So you've got 4 different countries being represented here in the necklace and the bracelet. The earrings, you only have 3 countries. Somebody got left out here, South Africa.
I don't know what happened.
So you've got, in this case, you've got Baltic amber. Of course, that's Russia. You've got the lapis, so that's the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. And then you've got that beautiful Mongolian Azure Peaks turquoise, which you saw the Azure Peaks before. It's known for the high blues. It comes out of the Turquoise Hill mining area of Mongolia, where there's a huge copper development. It's actually copper and gold that they mine out of there. In the necklace and in the bracelet, you've got the Mongolian Azure Peaks turquoise, you've got lapis, you've got the Baltic amber, and then you've got the red carnelian. So you got 4 different countries there in the stretch bracelet and in the necklace. Both of those are represented. There's 4 different countries. So think about this. We had to go to 4 individually different countries to be able to acquire the materials to make up these designs. So if you think about it, and you think, you know, I always tell people this, if you think of the stories that this jewelry could tell, right? I mean, this jewelry is probably more well-traveled than a lot of people.
More stamps in its passport.
Yeah, a lot of more stamps in its passport. If everyone had a little mini passport and could stamp it, it would be very interesting. All the different countries that it had to go through to arrive as a finished design here on
it's like the United Nations of jewelry.
You know, it really is cool. You know what most people don't realize, in a lot of cases, especially with a lot of these designs, it's not actually finding the material, it's not actually purchasing the rough, it's getting it to a port somewhere where I can ship it to the left. You know, sometimes it costs me 3 times what the material costs are.
Just to ship it, just to get it.
No, just to get it to a port where then it can be shipped.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Sourcing it and